What if I told you that an invisible wave of panic, a whisper of fear in the ears of millions, is causing what could be the most devastating financial mistake of their lives? A silent, almost imperceptible error that could rob them of tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars from the retirement they worked so hard to earn. In this video, we're going to uncover the hidden forces and calculated rhetoric that are pushing a record number of Americans to claim their Social Security early. We will reveal the warning signs and whether you, without realizing it, could be the next to fall into this trap. Stay until the end because understanding what's happening today could safeguard your financial future forever. Imagine a stampede, not of wild animals but a much more stealthy and orderly one. A line of people, one after another, consciously running toward a financial decision from which in most cases, there is no turning back. Precisely that, is what is happening right now in the United States. The official figures are more than alarming. They are a cry for help. In the current fiscal year alone, individual retirement claims have soared by an astonishing 13% compared to the same period last year. We are not talking about a minor fluctuation. This is nearly 320,000 more people who have decided in a very short span to start collecting their benefits. To put this figure in perspective, it's as if the entire population of a city like Newark, New Jersey, had decided to retire at the same time. It's a tremor in the foundations of an entire generation's financial security. Over the last decade, the average annual growth was a mere 3%. What we are seeing now is an unprecedented acceleration. But where does the real danger lie? In the details. A large part of this increase comes from people who are choosing to collect before their full retirement age. Jack Smulligan, a sharp analyst at the Urban Institute, calls it disconcerting, and for good reason. This decision, often made out of fear and misinformation, permanently reduces the monthly checks they will receive for the rest of their lives. It's like deliberately choosing a lower salary forever. For the vast majority, the smartest strategy is to wait. Every year you delay your claim, your benefit increases. It's one of the few guaranteed gains that exist in the complex financial world. So, the million-dollar question is, what or who is behind this dangerous stampede? The answer is a perfect storm of demographics, an uncertain economy, and above all, a potent and corrosive political fear. Let's look at the calendar, because the numbers don't lie. The most pronounced spikes in retirement claims occurred in November, the month Donald Trump was elected, and in January when he took office. Pure coincidence? The data suggests not. During his administration, public concern about the future of Social Security escalated to its highest point in 15 years. There was open talk of drastically cutting the agency's workforce, and influential advisors like Elon Musk made unfounded claims, without hard evidence, about massive and rampant fraud within the system. This, coupled with technical glitches on the agency's website, created an atmosphere of chaos, distrust, and a deep sense of urgency. But the fear didn't come from just one side of the political spectrum. High-level Democratic politicians, in their legitimate effort to attack the opposition, ended up amplifying these same fears with equally alarmist statements, giving the dangerous impression that people's checks, earned through a lifetime of sweat, might simply stop arriving. Senate Leader Chuck Schumer went so far as to warn that fraud excuses were being used, in his words, to steal people's checks. This crossfire of rhetoric, this political artillery fire where the citizen is caught in the middle, has had a real and measurable impact. According to the Gallup poll, 52% of Americans now worry a great deal about Social Security. And among Democrats, that figure shoots up to an alarming 65%, representing a 30-point increase in a single year. Social Security officials themselves admitted in an internal meeting, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, that fear-mongering has driven people to claim benefits early. Navigating this political minefield to protect your money is precisely our mission here at Financial Legion. We don't let the noise confuse you or let fear dictate your financial decisions. If you want to stay ahead of the policies that truly impact your wallet and receive clear, direct, and unbiased analysis, make sure to hit the subscription button right now and join the Legion. Your financial future depends on the informed decisions you make today. Now let's take a deep breath and step away from the political noise, because although panic is a powerful engine, it is not the only one. there are other forces, quieter but equally powerful, that are driving this trend. First, pure and simple demographics. The massive baby boomer generation is reaching retirement age in waves. We are talking about a true demographic tide. Every day, approximately 10,000 Americans turn 65. This is a natural, long-anticipated factor that inflates the numbers of new claims on its own. Second, specific legislative changes. The implementation of the Social Security Fairness Act adjusted calculations and increased benefits for certain public sector workers who also receive pensions from jobs not covered by the system. This adjustment, while fair, incentivized a specific group of people to apply for their benefits. And third, the ever-present volatility of the stock market. Imagine someone at 63 watching their 401k retirement account balance go up and down like a roller coaster due to unpredictable trade policies or global instability. In that scenario, that guaranteed monthly government check, even if it's smaller than it could be, suddenly seems like a safe harbor, an anchor of stability in the middle of the storm. Gap_2S. But beyond these forces, there are fresh developments in the year 2025 that add new layers to the situation. The annual cost of living adjustment, or COLA, has been set at a modest 2.5%. While any increase is welcome, many feel this small bump is barely enough to keep up with the real-world costs of housing, healthcare, and groceries. In fact, for many, this modest adjustment will be partially offset by rising Medicare premiums, further squeezing their budgets. Furthermore, a significant legislative change has come into effect. The Social Security Fairness Act, signed into law on January 5, 2025. This law finally ends the controversial windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. This is a huge victory for millions of public servants like teachers, firefighters, and police officers who will no longer see their earned Social Security benefits unfairly reduced. The Social Security Administration is now in the massive undertaking of recalculating these benefits, with a goal to have all payments adjusted by early November of this year. This is a positive step, but it also adds to the immense workload of an already strained agency. So, with all this happening, let's get back to the core decision. It is right here where we must stop and understand with absolute clarity the true and very high cost of giving in to panic. The decision of when to start collecting Social Security is, as expert Charles Blahus says, basically irrevocable. There is no undo button. It's a one-way street. Let's look at it with the numbers spelled out. If you turn 62 in the year 2025 and decide to collect, your monthly benefit will be reduced by approximately 30% compared to what you would receive if you waited until your full retirement age of 67. Imagine throwing away almost a third of your retirement income forever. Now, look at the other side of the coin, the power of patience. For every year you wait after age 67, your benefit increases by a juicy 8% until you turn 70. Let's put it in dollars and cents. In 2025, the maximum benefit for someone retiring at 62 is $2,831 per month. But if that same person has the patience and strategy to wait until age 70, that benefit skyrockets to $5,108. We're talking about more than $2,200 in additional dollars each month. That's more than $27,000 extra per year. It's a genuine fortune left on the table for a decision often based on fear and not on careful personal calculation. So there you have it. A dangerous combination of political panic, an inescapable demographic wave, and market uncertainty are creating the perfect storm. And while it is true that the Social Security system faces long-term financial challenges, the latest projections suggest its trust fund could be depleted by the year 2033, after which it could only pay about 79% of promised benefits. It is not going to disappear overnight. Making a permanent, irrevocable decision based on a temporary and often unfounded fear is a losing strategy. The political debate on how to fix this continues, but your personal decision must be based on facts, not fear. The best defense, the only antidote to fear, is knowledge. What do you think about this whole situation? Are you considering claiming your benefits early? Or do you know someone close to you who is dealing with this difficult decision? We want to know your story, your opinion. Leave us a comment below and let's start a valuable and necessary conversation. At Financial Legion, we firmly believe that an informed community is a powerful and invincible community. Thanks for joining us. Don't make hasty decisions, get informed. See you in the next video.